Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another What I Eat in a Day. Thank you so much for joining me for a fantastic day of food. So today I had a pretty busy start, to be honest. I wanted to get the kids bathed and everything like that done, so it was a very quick and typical breakfast for me of yogurt and berries. I'll insert that now. This morning is a very quick but typical breakfast for me. So I am currently in the process of bathing the kids, so I wanted something that was nice and quick but also filling as well. So I have my honey yogurt, which you guys know I absolutely love this. This is the full fat version. I get whatever I can find, to be honest. I'm not too precious about it. As you guys know, I'm on maintenance, but for those of you that are curious of the point difference between the fat-free and the full fat, I'm sure it will be significantly different, but they do a fat-free version of this yogurt when you can find it. So it's 7 points per 100 grams. Of course, I'm not going to have 100 grams worth, but if I was, that would be perfectly acceptable for my breakfast anyway. So I'm just going to put the serving out that I would like, and I'm going to top it all off with berries, and I'm not going to have demerara sugar today, but I am going to have a treat later for sure. I might even have more ice cream, who knows, I probably will. But I'm also going to put some blackberries on top and some lovely raspberries, and that is it. That is my breakfast. Delicious. It's one of my fail-safes. I absolutely love it. And talking about that ice cream, I'm already thinking about it, and I think I'll definitely be having some today because honestly, it is one of the best things I've ever made. I just love it so much. So I'm definitely gonna be having some of that tonight, but lunch is first. And I'm gonna have something simple, again, a ham sandwich. I don't have a ton of time today, but what I might do is toast my muffin just to make it a little bit different. Ham is a really low point value for those of you that are interested. I'm not pointing myself, but I do like to give you guys the information. And then tonight I'm thinking about making Kobe Day kebabs, which is a fantastic one for kids. It's a fantastic one for doing loads of it and putting loads away in the freezer for a rainy day. It's great for lunch the next day. It's just such a fantastic one, and it's basically a mincemeat kebab that is infused with spices, garlic, onion, and you have it with flatbread, rice, so you could even have it inside a curry that you make, which is something that I plan to do at a later date. But that is the plan for tonight, so I hope you all enjoy it. I'm wearing one of my mucky striped tops as normal, just some comfy lounge joggers. I'll link everything I can down below and recipes, but let's get on with the day. So my muffins have just gone in the toaster. This is the ham that I like. I get it from Tesco. Again, it's not something that I know the point value of because again, I'm not tracking, but I will give you guys that information. And I don't imagine it to be very high at all. It's 1.42 grams, which is just under half the packet, which is insane. So really fantastic for those of you that are pointing and you want to make your points go further. I'm going to have it with mayo. I might even put a bit of cheese on top, to be honest. I'm just taking as much ham as I would like. And this is my cheese, which I keep in one of these very handy wax wraps. It keeps it nice and fresh. So I'm just going to get myself a couple of slices, nothing too major, but because it's a mature cheddar, it enhances the flavour of the ham and everything like that. And I might even go one step further and melt it, so it's like a toasted, melty ham and cheese muffin. If I had to guess, I would say that's about not even 2 points. I'm going to say that's about 1 point of cheese personally, but feel free to get your scales out and be more accurate about things. If you are pointing, cheese is definitely something that I weighed out when I was trying to lose. And then your eyes kind of develop a memory and your fingers like develop a tactile memory for how much you normally pick up, and you really do just get used to it over time. So I'm going to pop my cheese on there, my ham here, and then a 30-second blitz in the microwave. You can do this on the grill, but I'm way too impatient because my grill isn't fired up. Okay, so it's now time to make a start on making our kebabs. Now, I have some beef mince here, which is 20%. I normally use a combination of lamb and beef mince when I do these Kobe Day kebabs. However, I don't have any lamb defrosted, so I'm going to stick with just the beef today. But traditionally, I think lamb does taste better. It's obviously fattier because lamb's a fattier meat, so this is actually more point friendly, but I do like to give you guys, you know, the true talk. I would normally do this with lamb and beef mix. I also have some seasoning, salt and pepper, good quality olive oil. You're going to need some sumac and some ground turmeric, a large onion that we're going to dice as fine as possible, 1 nice clove of garlic, and some lemon juice for garnish, and that'll go with the sumac as well. So the first thing we're going to do is get this meat seasoned, and you want to season it quite generously with coarse black pepper and rock salt, because this will really help to tenderize the meat as well as giving it a lot of flavor. I'm going to mince my garlic clove straight in as well. If you add any fresh coriander, feel free to add that. I know not everyone is a fan. I don't think I have any today, but if I did, I would definitely add it. So I'm going to grate this nice big clove straight in. If you're not a big fan of garlic, you can skip on this, but you know, we're definitely a garlic family. We do like it. Plus, it's great for you. It cleanses the blood, so definitely include garlic in your diet if you can. It's got like tons of antioxidants in there as well. Sometimes you can add a yolk for binding if you think you need it. I don't think that I do, but if I was doing burgers, I would definitely add a yolk. So if you feel like your mix isn't coming together and you need help binding it, sometimes just adding an egg yolk on its own will bind it nicely for you. So because I'm not that great at chopping onions really small, and as small as I would like it in a kebab, I'm going to use my processor, which is the Magimix. You guys know I love this machine. I will link it down below in case any of you are interested. But honestly, it makes my kitchen life so much easier. I do chop it provisionally, just thinly, just to give my blade an easier time, but then I just pop it in and get it as fine as I can, because my knife skills, as you guys know, they are not the best. Okay, so my onion is now nice and fine, much finer than I'd ever get it if I was cutting it with a knife, because you don't want big chunks of onion in your mix, or in your kebab for that matter, just because you just don't want that. So if you're not good at chopping onion like me, but you don't have a processor, you could always grate it. That's a really good way of getting this really fine onion into the mix. So that's going straight in, and then we're going to add some turmeric. Now I kind of just do this by eye, but I will put the recipe in the description box down below in case you want to be, you know, a bit more accurate than I. And then the best way to do this is just to get in there with your hands. So I'm just going to get in and mix that all together, making sure that the onion, turmeric, seasoning and meat is all combined into one blob, basically. Okay, so that is all combined into one mound. So before we do the kind of like drizzle or marinade that we brush over the top of each of the kebabs, I'm going to start shaping them. Now you can pretty much do this in any kind of shape that you want. You can have them quite long like sausages, or you could have them like small kebab sizes like this. It really doesn't matter. You can literally do what you want with this, any shape. If you find that your mixture is sticking to you a little bit, then you put water on your hands. That does help. But you shouldn't need breadcrumbs for this. Again, especially if you use an egg yolk, which I haven't, and as you can see, it does mold quite nicely. It's not a difficult mixture to work with at all. So you just want to do this until all your meat is gone. But if you didn't want to use it all now, this freezes really well either in this state alone, or you could cook it up and then fry it as cooked, and then it's a perfect lunch or quick dinner one evening. Okay, so when it comes to what I'm going to base them in, so what I'm going to dip my brush in, it's very, very simple. You want the juice of a whole lemon. You can even put some onion powder in here if you wanted to. I'm not going to, but if you wanted to do that, just to, again, enhance that flavour, you totally could do. But I'm just going quite simple today. Lemon, olive oil, salt and pepper, and that is it. That is my contribution done. But if you were adding coriander, adding a bit of coriander, like fresh, like chopped up really finely, would be a nice idea as well. So you want about, I don't know, I'm gonna say about half a teaspoon of sumac. Sumac is a really gorgeous Middle Eastern spice that I absolutely adore. It really does take me back to when I lived, again, in the Middle East. It's just such an aromatic spice. It's nice and light as well. It's not too overpowering. It's just a really lovely one to work with. So I'm going to add that. And then you want to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. And then lastly, bit of rock salt and about half the amount of pepper. And there you have it, our Kobe Day kebabs are done. Well, they're not done, they're not cooked. We still need to cook them, but you can cook these in so many different ways. You could fry them, that is absolutely fine. You could part fry them, part put them in the oven, that is fine. You could do them on charcoal, which is my personal favorite. I love when these are cooked on charcoal because there is something about the meat and the charcoal infused taste with the lemon and the garlic. It's just like nothing else. In the summer, it's honestly any time of year, I love cooking on charcoal. I'm going to use the oven, but feel free to get creative in your cooking methods. These are going to take about half an hour at 200, maybe a teeny bit less depending if you want them kind of medium, but they're already smelling so good. And you can serve these with flatbread, with rice, with chips. Like honestly, the possibilities for something like this are endless, and so packed full of flavour, so easy. Everything went into one bowl, mould them up, Bob's your uncle. The kebabs are about 2 minutes away from being done, so I'm going to make tzatziki for one. I'm the only one who eats it really, so I like to have that with my Kobe Day kebab, especially when I'm having it with like flatbread. I just think the warm flatbread with this sauce and the meat is just, it's the one. So I have some yogurt in my bowl, and I'm going to chop up some cucumber relatively finely, although I'm not going to be too precious because it is just me eating it and I'm not overly fussed about how chunky it is because I love cucumber. But I'm going to get this chopped, and if you also have any pomegranates, like fresh pomegranate, that would be lovely sprinkled on top of the kebabs as well. It's something that my family do quite often. I also have some lemon juice here. I'm just going to put a squirting of that, and my ratio is probably more cucumber here, but I don't mind that. Again, I love cucumber and most of the time have it on the side of my plate in most dishes anyway. And there we have it. You could add some salt and pepper, but there's a lot of seasoning going on in the kebab, so I honestly don't feel the need to. But a little tzatziki for one, and it's delicious. I absolutely love it.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Dinner was absolutely delicious, and as I mentioned, Layla and I made some soft serve, which you can go and watch in my latest vlog, and you'll see how to make this. Now obviously I can't give you guys an accurate point value for this, because feel free to use whatever you would like when it comes to your dessert choices and your ice cream choices. This is just absolute heaven. So if you do want to see how I made this, do make sure that you go and check out that video. Oh, I forgot we were filming today and went and got my PJs on. I've just had my evening orange and I'm gonna call it a day. Those kebabs were delicious. I love them. Layla loved them, Andrew loved them. Harrison doesn't really eat food like that, if I'm honest, but we really liked it. It was really aromatic, really flavourful, but not spicy at all, so great for introducing kids to more ethnic foods and that kind of thing. So I would definitely give it a try. So easy, again, freeze as well. Leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you in my next one.
I love you, I love you, I love you.